What is up, guys? Today we are playing Roblox again, and we are actually playing a different game than usual. We have not actually done this game on the channel yet, so I'll leave a link to this game down below in the description. But this game is called Fortress Simulator. So I've played this a lot before, so I know exactly how this game works, and I'm not really good at it, but I'm pretty good. I mean, of course, I don't have enough cannons to fully put this up, but whatever. Pretty much, we are going to be playing this today because they released an update with bosses. I forget how long ago, but it's the most recent update, and I didn't check last updated before this video, so I don't know when they added this, but let's just start this video. So again, yes, I will leave a link to this down below in the comments. I mean, not the comments, the description. But we are going to begin the attack. So a bunch of zombies should be coming. It should say wave 1. But yeah, as you can see over there, there's a UFO. That is one of the bosses. So pretty much what your goal is in this game is to make sure that this flag doesn't get all the way down here. The way that it will go down is by zombies getting to the flag. So pretty much you just kill all zombies possible. And you can't really see the zombies too well with this defense that I have because they're just dying super fast. So that's the only problem. But we have here some ice turrets, which are pretty awesome. They like shoot this they're kind of like freeze rays. So they're pretty awesome in my opinion. We have a bunch of frost coming over here because of them. So they are honestly pretty awesome. They're just gonna finish up, okay. And then we also have some flamethrowers, which are also pretty awesome. They're pretty close to each other. I think they're just like different elements. But for now we aren't going to be able to do much, like I said, because the the bosses aren't coming yet, and these zombies are just way too easy. As you can see, we just one-shotted that guy. So yeah, basically we can't do anything right now because our cannons are just gonna do it for us, which I mean is good, but we can't really do anything, so that's not good. Well, it kind of is because we don't have to do anything, but we're just gonna go inside here. And I'm just gonna go all the way up my base. By the way, you will only get like a few blocks when you first start off. You'll get like wooden things, kind of like in Build Boat for Treasure. You'll only get wooden supplies, which aren't really too good since you're new. And you'll only get one cannon. So when you first start off, you're gonna actually have to use these stuff. But I am going to need to use this at one point, especially the gun. The gun does way less damage than the like dagger slash sword. I mean, they shrunk the sword, so I'm just gonna call it a dagger now. But the dagger does a ton of damage, and surprisingly, you don't actually have to be too close to use it. But the gun, it's long range. However, it doesn't do much damage, but it's pretty much the only way to hit the bosses. So you pretty much have to use this unless they well, besides when they spawn, you can well, if you have a tall base like mine isn't really too tall, but it's kind of it's just enough pretty much. But when the boss first spawns, they'll spawn right like just like if as you can see, I'm jumping right now. When I'm in midair at the highest point, if you just get like another me that's jumping at the highest point, then that's pretty much where the boss spawns. So I mean, possibly if you're lucky, or even if you can't, you can just get a friend because players are collidable in this game. But you could actually slash some hits in with this dagger, but pretty much, the zombies still are getting one-shotted, so that's not good for us because we can't do anything. But the zombies have, well, not really different forms, but they do different things. As you can see, it says police archer zombie instead of just police zombie. At first, for like the first 5 waves, you'll get normal zombies, like well, you'll pretty much get zombies, police officer zombies, and army zombies. Um, but once you reach like 6 and 7, you'll start giving them items such as bombs and drills, rockets, and bow and arrows. Right now they have bombs. It will still eventually, every so often, go back to just normal zombies. But most of the waves after wave 5, they're gonna have items. So be careful. But as soon as we kill all of the zombies on this wave, and also one of them just launched the launch pad, so bye bye zombie. But once we finish this wave, right up here, a boss health bar should appear. That indicates that there's a boss, obviously. And that is going to be the UFO. Okay, yep. So he hasn't appeared yet, but he'll always spawn like in the center. So if you have a tall base like me, you can just shoot in the sky for a little bit, and then once he spawns in, you'll pretty much always hit him. So as you can see, he's right there. I'm doing quite a bit of damage to him because I have a ton of like cannons. So this is gonna go very fast for me. Depending on how many cannons you have, will depend on how much time it'll take to do this. I don't actually have to shoot him with my gun either. The next one I probably will though, because that one's a bit tough. But yeah, like that, he's literally already gone. But the UFO should crash if once you defeat it, and then the boss bar should disappear. So pretty much it's just that. However, on wave 20, you get a new boss. There's only 2 bosses currently in the game, that one being the first one. But on wave 20 and I believe 40, well, pretty much every single even number that is multiplied by that you can multiply by 10. So like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Anyways, pretty much those waves should have the second boss, the ones that are odd, like 30. Well, technically that still is even, but like if when the first number's odd, that's what I mean. But that is when the first boss, which was the UFO that we were fighting there, that's when he'll appear. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, pretty much what should be your strategy for the first one, depending on how many cannons you have. First I'll start off like with if you have a bunch of cannons like me. But if you have a bunch of cannons like me, just shoot at the sky for a little bit. So that way you'll do a little bit of damage. You won't do much, but you'll do a little bit, and then the cannons will just do like the 99% more. So the cannons are definitely the way to go on these boss battles. Um, but pretty much after, well, if you don't have as many cannons as me, because pretty much you automatically win if you have a ton of cannons. But if you don't have as many cannons as me, then what you're going to probably want to do is you're gonna want to get some friends with you. You can join teams right here. If someone's already on the team, though, they have to accept to allow you on the team. So just keep that in mind. If it's empty, such as purple, right here, then you won't. Then no one will have to vote, because there's no one on the team. So pretty much you just automatically get teleported there. But if you get some friends with you, it will really help, because what you can do is you can actually you can get your friends to get some shots in at the boss, and then it'll go a little bit faster. I mean, if you don't have a lot of cannons, I'm not sure how you do this, because I have a ton of cannons, and I have not experienced the boss without cannons. I guess you just keep shooting with your friends until he drops. Beware though that he does spawn in zombies, so it's possible to lose during this. So just keep that in mind too. Pretty much just, well, let's say that you have 4 friends with you. We'll go less and less each time. But let's say you have 4 friends with you. So what you're probably gonna want to do is have one person follow the boss around with their dagger. and whenever the boss spawns in zombies, that person will just deal with all the zombies and slice them to pieces because the gun is really not good at killing zombies. The other 3 people just shoot at the sky trying to kill the boss. Same thing with 3, only have 2 shooters instead of 3. If there's only 2 people though, this is where it starts to get a bit harder. So you might think that you have 1 person shoot and 1 person slash at the zombies. You could do that, but it's gonna take forever, and you guys probably don't want all that time. Well, you probably don't want to waste all that time, is what I'm trying to say. So what you'd probably want to do is just have both of you focus on the gun. And then once he is like when he's going around, use the gun on him if you don't have too many cannons. And then if if he spawns zombies, just have like 1 person go over there and slice all the zombies up. Or you can have both people, but I suggest only having 1 unless the other person dies. I only suggest having 1 because of the fact that yeah, you're gonna not have some. It's gonna be way slower. But we have the second boss now. This one's a lot harder. He spawns in the same spot. This one's a blimp. It looks pretty easy, but it is not. Because by this time you might be your cannons like mine, unless you have like the ray thingy that heals you, which I don't. Unless you have that, your cannons and your supports are probably going down a little bit. As you can see, this is kind of turning invisible. The more invisible it is, the more damage it's taking. But pretty much in this battle, it's pretty hard because by the time that you get to this, you might not have as many cannons. And these guys are trying to break in, so I'm just gonna go slice them to pieces. So this one's gonna be a bit harder. This one is time consuming most of the time, for me at least. Just have just try to slash at the zombies as much as possible. If you have some friends, you could jump on top of each other to deal damage with the dagger. The thing is that he moves a lot, so you wouldn't really be there for too long, and it's not really worth it. But pretty much what you're gonna want to do, since you should have like some cannons left. What you're going to probably want to do once you reach this is just slice all the zombies that he sends at you, and then just have the cannons do the rest. Unless it's glider zombies, then you can't really do anything about it. And the cannons will have to take it from there. But pretty much just slice at all the ground zombies. You'll know that there's a spawn point of them if a grave appears. Yeah. So as you can see, there's graves here, which means that a bunch of zombies are gonna be coming from here. So just when he makes these, he should make these in only 2 corners. The others he should fire missiles at your base. But when he does these, what you're probably gonna want to do is just stand near the base, the grave, and just keep slicing with your dagger again, so that way you can defeat all the zombies and you won't lose. Surprisingly, I'm still at full health, even though I'm doing this alone. So that is actually rather surprising. If it gets to if he does glider zombies, then I suggest that you take over with the guns until they're all defeated. Unless there's graves, then you're gonna want to keep targeting the zombies from there. I'm assuming that we're gonna be able to finish this guy, but probably not in this video, so that's a problem. But yeah, this guy is honestly pretty hard in my opinion. So if you guys fail at first, don't worry, it's not your fault. And plus, I'm doing this solo, so it's gonna take a lot longer for me. So just keep slashing at him and shooting. Well, pretty much just shooting because he really can't do anything else. But just keep shooting at him until he drops. He should eventually. It's probably gonna take a long time, like I said, if you don't have too much defense or you aren't with friends. But that is going to be it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, or you want some more Fortress Simulator, and everybody, peace out.